Picture this, one of the biggest shows in daytime TV, on the verge of total collapse. Lawsuits flying, sponsors panicking, and the once untouchable hosts begging behind the scenes to make it all go away. What could possibly be so bad that The View's biggest stars, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin, are in full-blown crisis mode? Well, a fierce young conservative powerhouse just flipped the script, turning their latest smear campaign into an $800 million nightmare. And now, The View is scrambling to stop the bleeding before it's too late. But here's the million-dollar question. Is this the scandal that finally gets The View canceled for good? Oh, you do not want to miss this. Buckle up, because things are about to get messy. Before we dive in, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss an update on the biggest media meltdowns. Let's get into it.
Democrats in the media are now unloading all their nasty attacks on rising Trump White House star and new press secretary, Karoline Leavitt.
The View is officially in crisis mode, and things just went from bad to worse. Karoline, the bold, young, and unapologetically conservative powerhouse, just turned their smear campaign into an $800 million legal disaster. Now, the show is scrambling to contain the fallout, desperately trying to convince Karoline to back down. Yes, you heard that right. After being hit with a brutal lawsuit that could leave them financially devastated, The View's biggest stars, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin, are reportedly panicking behind the scenes. But what exactly did they say that landed them in this much trouble? What was Karoline's mic drop response that sent their legal team into a full-blown meltdown? And the biggest question of all, will ABC pull the plug on The View before things spiral even further out of control? Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Before we break it all down, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more exclusive drama-filled updates. Did you subscribe? Awesome. Let's get into it.
Well, listen. If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. We have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
Once again, The View set its sights on Karoline Leavitt, doing what they do best. Mocking, dismissing, and throwing out bold accusations. This time, it was Joy Behar leading the charge, arrogantly implying that Karoline's success wasn't earned through talent or hard work. Instead, she smugly suggested that the only reason Karoline landed her position was because Donald Trump finds her attractive. She's probably there because, according to Trump, she's a 10, Joy quipped.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. That's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Wait, what? Meanwhile, Whoopi Goldberg took it even further, insisting that Karoline owes her entire career to the very woke culture she criticizes. According to Whoopi, without it, she wouldn't even have a job.
Yeah. I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason. Because black people couldn't get into colleges. Because women could not get into the colleges they wanted to go to. This is all women.
Yeah.
See, this is not black, Asian women. This is all women. Women were not invited to this party. It was a man's world, and we busted our asses to make sure that this was a person's world.
This commentator said, Whoopi is mansplaining the press secretary job to Karoline Leavitt. Hilarious.
And then there was Sunny Hostin, who didn't hold back, taking it a step further by implying that Karoline's success was just another example of privilege at play. Oh boy, you could practically feel the outrage explode in real time. The backlash was swift and relentless. Fans were furious, calling The View out for its blatant hypocrisy. One viral comment summed it up perfectly. The View claims to support women, unless they're conservative. Then it's a free-for-all. But here's where things took a shocking turn. Instead of ignoring the attacks, Karoline went on the offensive. She lawyered up, clapped back, and delivered a blow that hit The View where it hurts the most, right in their bank account.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate.
Rather than getting caught up in petty social media drama, Karoline went straight for the kill. She hit The View with a massive $800 million lawsuit, accusing them of defamation, slander, and deliberate attempts to destroy her career. But let's be real. This isn't just any lawsuit. It's a full-scale declaration of war. According to insiders, The View's legal team is in full-blown crisis mode. Why? Because Karoline isn't just fighting for herself. She's pulling back the curtain on the entire mainstream media machine. Her lawsuit alleges that The View has a long track record of smearing and silencing conservative voices, and this might just be the case that finally brings them down. And here's the real bombshell. ABC executives are furious. Sources say they're scrambling behind the scenes, desperate to control the damage before advertisers start jumping ship. But at this point, the fallout is already in motion, and there may be no stopping it.
Bang, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage, detail.
And this is where things get downright humiliating. Behind the scenes, The View's hosts are reportedly scrambling to settle the case privately. Yes, you heard that right. The same people who mocked Karoline on national television are now desperate to make this lawsuit disappear. Joy Behar, who had no problem ridiculing Karoline on air, is now reportedly trying to save herself. Whoopi Goldberg. Sources say she's even reached out through mutual contacts, hoping for a private meeting to smooth things over. And as for Sunny Hostin, her team is reportedly in full-blown panic mode, with legal experts warning that she could personally be on the hook for millions in damages. Oh, how the tables have turned. The once untouchable and smug hosts of The View are now the ones pleading for mercy. But here's the kicker. Karoline isn't budging. She knows this fight is bigger than just her. It's about holding the media accountable for years of false narratives, smear campaigns, and reckless attacks. And her supporters are here for it. One viral tweet summed it up best. Karoline Leavitt is doing what so many have dreamed of, making The View pay for their lies. But just when you thought it couldn't get any worse for them, it does.
Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
At this point, ABC is in full-blown crisis mode. Network executives are reportedly panicking over just how bad this lawsuit could get. Insiders say major advertisers are starting to get cold feet, with some even considering pulling their sponsorships from The View altogether. And let's be real, this show has been on shaky ground for years. Between Whoopi Goldberg's past suspensions, Joy Behar's never-ending controversies, and The View's rapidly declining credibility, ABC has allegedly been weighing the idea of pulling the plug for a while now. But this lawsuit, this could be the final straw. Think about it. If the show's own hosts are now begging behind the scenes for the lawsuit to go away, that says everything you need to know. The View is in freefall, the network is scrambling, and Karoline Leavitt? She's coming out on top. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Karoline is right to keep pushing forward with this case? Should The View be held accountable for its reckless attacks? And most importantly, is this finally the moment that brings the show crashing down? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more breaking updates.